Hello and welcome to this unboxing video for the new DeWalt DCD998 drill. First of all, we took a trip to Lowe's to buy this because they are the first with this in stock. And when we first went there, well, they didn't have it. They mislabeled the box. So we actually took us another 2 days to locate a store that actually had this, the actual item, the DCD998. Now, this is a replacement for the current flagship, which is the 996. It's not that much different. If you look at it, you could be you put them side by side, you'd see they're not actually that much different. The biggest difference with this model, not just this kit that we've bought here that comes with the 8 amp hour battery, but the biggest difference is it can sense the difference between a DeWalt 5 amp hour battery or below, and then a higher battery like the 8 amp hour battery. And when it senses that it's got that battery attached, it actually produces another 29% more power, as well as having a longer runtime as well, because it's a higher capacity battery. So you can see here inside the box, this particular one we bought, comes in a kit bag. This is sort of normal sort of thing in the USA. In Europe and the UK, you would get probably this in a T-stack case if you were buying it, or just as loose as a loose tool. Now there we go, we have it. It's unboxed. I guess you probably want me to actually open up the bag, right? You want to see what's inside, yeah? We can't just leave it just sitting there like that, no. So the kit bag's pretty cool. I mean, it's not as good as a proper case, but you know, I can imagine I'll end up using this for something else other than keeping the actual drilling. We've got the instruction manual there. It's pretty sparse, I have to say. I was hoping it would have some more detailed specifications for the drill, but actually it didn't. Here is the 8 amp hour battery, which these aren't currently available in Europe, so I've not actually handled one of these before, but I was surprised by how light it is in comparison to, say, the 9 amp hour FlexVolt battery. This is a fast charger, which is a fan-cooled charger that comes with it. And now the bit that I wasn't quite expecting, this is the handle for the drill, which we had noticed in the promotional pictures was metal, whereas the 996 was plastic, which there used to be a metal handle going back. But it's the size of the thing. It's huge, bigger than it appears on the promo. And here it is, the actual drill, the 998, DCD998, the new flagship model for DeWalt. You also get a belt clip that comes in there. I can't say I care for those myself, but some people do like them. Now the battery, yeah, I was surprised. It is bigger than a 5 amp hour battery, but it's nowhere near as big as, say, the 9 or the 12 amp hour FlexVolt batteries. And feels to me, I haven't got one at the moment to hand, but it feels lighter as well. So it's heavier than a 5 amp hour battery, but it's slightly wider, but it's not really nothing like the FlexVolt batteries. Now, one thing we don't know, and we're going to clarify, we're going to do a further review of this, a more in-depth review, is does the sensing part that senses that it's a high capacity battery, does that work with FlexVolt? You can see here the charger, and that's fan cooled, and it fast charges the battery. And it'll fast charge any battery, FlexVolt, you name it, you can stick it in there. Now here's the exceptionally long handle, and you can see there even the picture on the box depicts it as being much shorter. Now when I first got this, I thought, well, is it adjustable in some way? You know, is it telescopic? No, it's not. Neither can you take it apart and make it smaller. You can see here the promo picture, much smaller middle section. And you can see I've taken it apart. The thread isn't very long on it, so that is how it's meant to be. Now I can only think that if they've increased the power by 29%, it's so you've got a better grip, so you've got more leverage. One small problem is though, if you let it aim down, you can't actually stand it on the battery. But it's fine this way around. That's how you'd use it if you actually wanted to use the actual handle. And there you can see on the back the power detect branding, and this isn't the only tool that they've brought out. They're bringing out a range of tools that do the same thing. Now I've read a few comments of people saying, oh, power detect, does that detect power cables if you drill through them? No, that's not what it's about. It's about detecting the power of the actual battery. And there's the clip. Like I say, I don't really care for those. I much rather use this system that the DeWalt tools have, to have a bit holder clip, and I like two on each side. So I've got a flat bladed one and a posi drive, or something else, that I can clip on the side. But yeah, similarly, very similar, looks the same as the 996. To me, I haven't got the 996 to hand to compare. It does actually feel uh, slightly heavier, but that could just be my imagination. It certainly is heavier with the 8 amp hour battery than with the 5 amp hour battery. But it's still not a heavy drill, and not if you go back to sort of a few years ago when you used to have nickel metal hydride batteries in drills, they were a lot heavier. With these lithium ion batteries, they're so much lighter. Now it has three different modes for the LED. You can have it sort of a bit dimmer or bright, and it is really bright. I mean, you can see here, even with the lights on in this room, it's lighting up the wall there. It also has a very convenient timer, so you can just use it as a torch. And here you can imagine if you were working in a very dark environment, it lights up what you need to see very well. I'm not going to drill a hole here. I don't have any drill bits for starters, but it does the job. It lights up very, very well. And there we go. Yeah, power detect. This new feature that's not been fully explained so far, because the only details currently, as we're making this video, are on Lowe's actual website. Nothing on DeWalt's website about this drill at all. No official announcement from them. And yeah, another look around the actual body of the drill. It's a very ergonomic feeling drill to use. We like the grip on it, and what you've come to expect from DeWalt in recent years. You can see the chuck there. It's fairly standard nowadays. And the motor itself, you can control the speed very well. It's got adjustable clutch settings there, you can see, and on the top there's three different speed settings as well, 1, 2 and 3, that also affect the amount of torque that you get. So in the lowest setting and 1, you get more torque, the maximum amount of torque. So if you're holding on, if you need that handle if you're using it to turn something big and chunky, because it will kick back. It will give you it's a lot there.